Typically every new year, I would say the past year just flew by. I don't know where it went. It was so fast. I can't believe it's new year already. But this 2020 has been an exception and exceptionally long year for almost everyone. Even though we're still struggling with the global pandemic and its consequences, I feel hopeful about 2021, and I think you should too, because we don't have a choice. Speaking of years and New Year's, I've been single for 2 years now, and I've reached this beautiful phase, or I should say a state of mind, of not giving a fuck about what others think. Now, it's been a journey. It was not overnight. It took a while for me to get to the state of mind. Especially in dating, if you create a persona in order to attract someone in front of you and not show your authentic self, there's a great possibility that you're indefinitely wasting your time, because that relationship most probably will not work out because you're not being yourself. It can be scary and it can feel lost when you think about why you do this, because mostly social media poses this mediocre expectation on how a perfect relationship should look like, or feel like. Hashtag couple goals and all those kind of trends that's been going around can evoke anxiety. Sorry, I burped a little. This anxiety is a result of you feeling that you're missing out all the fun in a relationship. Not all relationship has to be, the whatever that you see on social media doesn't have to be the definition of every single relationship, is what I'm trying to say. I know it's easier said than done when it comes to working and changing your mindset, but recognizing that you're being pretentious or you're desiring something that's unattainable is a very good first step. Anyway, today I wanted to discuss about love psychology. You hear about all these different kinds of love gurus giving advice and tips and tricks, how to text, how to call, how to play the game in the relationship, and it's pretty overwhelming. You see someone like Matthew Hussey influencing 1 million people or more than 1 million people, especially women, and he built this entire career based on giving dating advice. So it made me wonder that there's something deeper than what we see on the surface level. Maybe some sort of formula or even science to explain the behavioral pattern around dating or love affairs in general. So this here is my attempt to dissect this concept in the most subjective way possible by putting all the emotions aside and truly looking into, or even going back to the basic of our biological needs to survive. Why did we evolve as a pair bonding species? Are we even a pair bonding species? Or why do we need to be in a relationship in the first place? What does it do for us? And why do we feel this intuition to be with someone or seek some sort of intimacy? These are the questions I was really curious about in these past 2 years. So as I started to look up online answers to all these kind of questions from an evolutionary biology point of view, I came across Bret Weinstein. So there's this really good podcast interview of him on the show called Armchair Experts, and I'll put the link in the description for that particular episode. And they talk a lot about open relationship, monogamy, and things like that, things that for me is confusing, not maybe not for you, but to me it's a little bit, I'm still not used to those kind of concepts. And it's very interesting to see his point of view, because the way he explains things is like, it feels like this mini Oreo sized bites of delicious chocolate treat that I can't just stop eating. He's so addictive. And then I ended up watching a little bit more of his own podcast, which is, I believe it's called Dark Horse Podcast or something like that, on these topics about monogamy, relationship, and pair bonding, how we evolved to the point where we are at now, and things like that. It's very interesting to see and listen and learn. Okay, let's address the big elephant in the room: sex. Most species have sex to reproduce, but not us. No, sir. We make movies about it, which is pornography, and we sing songs about it, mostly in hip hop, like Cardi B. We just celebrate this whole adult activity like it's the best thing in this whole world. It's the best thing that anyone can ever experience. Sometimes, just thinking about it or celebrating it through music is more alluring than the act itself. According to Bret a lot of other biologists, they think that sex is evolved among humans as a bonding experience. It's a way to bond with your partner to establish a lifelong relationship. So the biology or the biological term for this is called pair bonding. So human species are evolved to be pair bonding species, which means you bond with one partner and you stick with them for the rest of your life. Another reasoning that was given for this kind of assumption is because human offsprings are very expensive to raise, because you have to put in so much time and effort in raising a human baby for at least the first 10 years of their life. And it's harder when you do it by yourself. So you need a partner, you need a team to raise this child to be okay, to have the minimum childhood trauma. It's gonna have childhood trauma no matter what you do, but to have the minimum childhood trauma, you need both parents, apparently. I'm not fully convinced, but it at the same time, it explains a lot of cliches. It makes sense from this evolution point of view, because a woman is way more invested in raising a child rather than a guy would be. Does that mean most men have commitment issues over women? I don't know. So what is attraction then? What is this deep feeling that I carry between my gut and my heart? Oh, that's right, desire. Desire is a bitch. That's what I learned. Because especially in the social media culture, the personal life has also turned into a competition, like who has the best job, who has the best boyfriend, who has the best girlfriend, who has the best partner, how amazing your mom is, how amazing your dad is. And we're all running on this social media Olympic to get that blue check mark by your name. Now that's your medal right there. The blue check mark, that's what you're running for. I think we're naturally designed to seek validation and making ourselves proud. This pressure on social media, or the I wouldn't say bad influence, I would just say influence, makes us believe what and who is desirable more. But in reality, what you desire may not what other person desires. We're all different people. But somehow, whatever is much more appreciated on the online has something to do with what you should also seek for, which is very alarming to me right now. But this is not the only thing. There's another concept that throws us off guard and absolutely confuses the shit out of us. It's the two polarizing beliefs about monogamous and non-monogamous relationship. I have listened to an argument against pair bonding by Christopher Ryan, and in broad strokes, he promotes to have an open mind towards a non-monogamous relationship, and also to be honest about sexual attraction outside your relationship or even marriage, and communicate with your partner and come in terms with a better solution to deal with that, and not just be stuck with one rigid way of living your life as a married couple or in a serious relationship couple. I would leave his interviews with Joe Rogan on the link in the description for you to understand better of what he's trying to say. Anyway, here's what I understand, okay? Unfortunately, there are no rules anymore, and I find it unfortunate because it leaves a lot of us feeling lost in this chaotic dating landscape. But here's the bright side. You can free yourself from all the expectations that you carry around like a burden. Expectations from the society, your parents, your friends, your siblings. Just throw all that away because it don't matter anymore. It shouldn't have mattered in the past because most of these expectations make you compromise in an intimate relationship. Compromising should make you feel more rewarding and appreciated. If you don't find it to be rewarding or appreciated, I don't think you should compromise. Okay, now we know that we have to adopt to this new modern way of living when it comes to our sex life or marriages or relationship. So I think our next baby step would be to look inward and ask ourselves what we truly desire in a partner. And you can find pleasure in other areas of your life. You know, this feeling that you get between your gut and your heart, I know you know what I'm talking about. In order to satisfy that feeling, you can seek pleasure in other areas of your life. You could get good with playing basketball, or you could start trying, fire breathing. I don't know, whatever tickles your pickle, man. And that will make you more desirable to someone else. So seeking pleasure in other areas in life will keep you busy, will keep you on toes, and you become the main chick. And you'll have only one side chick, which will be your primary partner. Relationships get harder when you stop being busy or stop seeking personal growth. And evidently, that's what happened in 2020. A lot of long-term relationship, short-term relationship, a lot of divorces has happened in the past year more than any other year. Like personally, I've heard stories from family, friends, and colleagues, and it is very shocking. It's staring right at our face that you need to develop your own personal growth. You need to be satisfied with yourself and share that life with another person rather than, living your entire life for this other person. That kind of sounds sad, don't you think? You may ask, do I practice what I preach? Not everything, but I'm a work in progress. Because we're emotional creatures. Emotions overrule logic. It's very difficult to control your thoughts when you are biased by these emotions that it has so much influence, right? It has influence from your past experience. It has influence from your hormones. It has influence based on your lifestyle. If you're stressed at work or if you're happy at work, it depends on so many different things. I am a work in progress, and I am still trying to figure out where I belong in this crazy dating landscape. However, I have figured out few ways that has worked for me in the past 2 years to enrich my dating life. And also, I could see how pathetic, I still am a little bit pathetic when it comes to dating, but I could see how terrible I was versus where I am right now. I can see that there's a growth and I'm getting a little bit better. If you're interested, I will post that video sometime this week and put the link in the description too. That would be more like a vlog setting where I just sit on the couch and try to talk about it, because it's way too personal and I don't think everyone would be interested in that. So that's all we can do. We just gotta keep trying and keep progressing and not give up. Most important part is to not give up, I think. Is it not giving up, or is it... No, it's not giving up. It's the most important thing for sure. All right. See you soon. Peace. What?